guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would sit down and play with the newest release from Beaute bar. This is the Green Goddess palette. The front of it's so pretty. It's just such a nice design. It says eyeshadow impress pigment palette. You do get a mirror inside, but if you haven't seen it, here it is. It does have magnetic pans, so you can take them out, rearrange them, and do whatever you want with them. I've been looking at it, and I think I want to play with the colors right here. And then I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm kind of torn between these colors right here or the colors right here. So I'm not really sure. I'll do two different looks, one on each eye like normal. The palette is still available. It looks like it is 72 USD, but you can always find a coupon code. I always try to find a coupon code. So if you just Google, I don't know, Beaute bar coupon code, sometimes if you look through that, through YouTube, somebody's affiliate link, like it'll show somebody's video, and then you look in the little information bar, and when it drops down, you'll be able to find somebody's affiliated link. That way you can save yourself some money, because please, you know, save yourself some money. You know, it's just a good thing to do. We all have to save some money. And yes, you know, don't compare yourself to me. I buy a lot of palettes. It's just what I spend my money on. I don't go out and get my hair done. I don't go out and get my nails done. I don't, you know, do those sorts of things. So this is kind of what I treat myself with, is eyeshadow palettes. So don't overthink it. Don't get all caught up in it, but please save yourself some money. I try to be smart when I purchase things. So anyway, this isn't a video about all that. I just felt like I needed to say that, because I know sometimes it gets a little discouraging watching all these videos and you're like, gosh, these people have all this stuff. A lot of people get things sent to them. I do not. But this is just what I choose to spend my money on. I don't know. It's just my little bit of excitement in this crazy world. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play with this palette. And if you, I thought I flung a shadow out of there when I did that. If you want to see what I do, then just keep watching. So like I said, there's a couple different options that I'm looking at that I want to play with. And I really feel like I want to use these two in my crease. I want to use this on my eyelid, and then maybe this color to deepen it up. I think that's what we're going to go with. So to start, I'm going to pick up my Morphe E13 brush, and I'm going to pick up Femininity. I'm surprised I got that word out all in one. And I'm going to pick that up. It's like a nice, almost like a, I don't want to say muted, but it's just a nice like coral-esque color. Coral color, orangey. Peel the little paper off. And I think what I want to do is just, oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to stipple that on. In this inner corner like that. Such pretty color. Nice color payoff. That was just one dip, and it's moving around nicely. It's blending out. I'm not getting too crazy. Like that. And then I think I'm going to go in with Rebirth. It's this color down here. It's a very nice green, like an olivey green color. Why do I feel the need to make everything like a Y at the end? Olivey. I'm going to just say olive green color. So anyway, this olive green color. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the outer portion and down onto the outer portion of the lid. Like that. That is really pretty. I'm liking how that's looking so far. Turn that brush off, and then, so now I'm going to go in with my Morphe M124 brush. I'm going to give that a quick like clean off, and I'm going to pick up Enchant. I don't know, it's like this gold glittery with like pinks. Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to put it right in the middle. That is pretty. And I didn't put anything on. I didn't put any glitter glue or spray. That is really pretty. Gosh, that's pretty. But I think I'm gonna pick it up and I think I am gonna get it wet. Just try to use the last little bit of the Morphe Luminous setting spray. Oh, that did take that up a notch. Look at that color. So honestly, if I was gonna go in with that darker goddess color, I feel like you could, from this point, if you're following along, to do this look, you would have the option to go ahead and do that darker color here and here and make it almost like make it like a halo eye type thing. But I kind of want to use this pink color because I feel like there is pink in this gold color. So I wonder if it'll bring out a little bit more of the pink if I put this on the inner corner, just to see. You know, that's the fun in it, is playing around. Now, my brush is already wet because I just used it, but I didn't get any additional product on there. And let's see, I might need to. You see that pink? But is that pink gonna clash with the coral? I don't know, let me go ahead and get that wet. Put a little bit in the inner corner. Put a bit over where that gold, where that center shade and the inner corner meet up. It's not a huge difference. Like, I don't feel like it's a, like you can see when you're really up in there, the difference in the two, but they blended nicely. So let me go ahead. I'm going to use this Morphe M506 brush, just a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in to that goddess color here. Sorry if you hear my son in the background, he is in his room playing. Daycare is closed today because of Easter being yesterday. I'm just gonna blend that a bit into the crease. That is a very deep, dark color. I am really surprised with the color payoff of that. I'm gonna go back into that enchant color and pick it up and put that over top of where that outer, that darker brown and the gold meet up. I can't believe how much that goddess color, that dark brown, covered up the gold shimmer. I'm really surprised with the difference in texture there, that it actually covered it up that much, that I feel like it really covered it up to where you couldn't see it. I'm gonna clean that Morphe M506 brush off, and I think I'm just gonna soften the edge of that brown color just by doing tiny little circles just to soften it a bit. I don't want to spread it out too much because I don't want to lose the eye shape that I initially created right there. And just clean up that edge a bit. I think I'm actually gonna bring this color Wisdom down into the bottom. I'm gonna clean that Morphe M506 brush off, tap it off. I think I'm gonna leave it like that, and then I think I'm gonna do a darker eyeliner. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean that brush off, and switch over to the other eye. So it's a toss-up between these two colors. Like, I really want to play with this color here, but this one keeps kind of coming back into play, like, ooh, no, use me. I feel like I do really want to like play with this color, but I feel like I just did a green look to start off, so I'm like, let's not go straight back into what I just did. So I think I'm gonna play with some of the colors across here and down. So I'm gonna start off with this color Growth, and I'm gonna go in with my Morphe E27 brush. That is definitely really close to my skin tone. You can see a very light flush of color there. Color would probably be really pretty on deeper skin tones. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the color Tranquil right here. It's like this light turquoisey cyan color, if you will. My 5-year-old's really been into cyan lately. I'm gonna switch this brush. I feel like I want to get something a little bit smaller and a little more dense to see if it picks up the color a bit better. I know it's a light color, but I feel like I could get a bit more color payoff with something a little more dense. See, because I feel like a lot of that color, because it is light and it's powdery, was getting lost in the fluffier brush in the bristles. So there's that. I'm going to clean it off. I'm going to go back into that first color and just stipple it on a bit. And then I'm going to go in with, oh, this is such a toss-up. So let's see, I'm going to swatch these two colors, Earth Mother and Renewal. So the first one is Earth Mother. That was that center one. And then this one is Renewal. So this one, depending on which way the light's catching it, it's got more of like pink and green, whereas this one looks like it's switching. Like when I look down at this one, I'm seeing more purples and blues, but that looks like gold right there, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? They're both really pretty. I think I'm gonna go in with Earth Mother. I'm gonna go in with that center color. And I'm gonna pick that up on a Morphe M124 brush. I'm going to use a bit more of this color just because it is a multi-chrome. Like there's a lot of colors going on. So I want to see what we get covering more of the eye to see if we can get more of a play on the colors there. More of the shift. Now I don't have anything on the eye, no glitter glue or getting it wet. I haven't done that yet. So that's what it looks like on first application. That is very pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and get it wet. Put some on the inner corner. And then I think for that outer corner, I'm gonna go with this deeper color here, Demeter. I don't know what that says. And I'm gonna pick that up on this BH smoke brush. I don't know. I really miss BH Cosmetics. I got so excited today that I pulled out the blushes. This was the Vanilla Peach Truffle and I loved this color. That's what I have on my cheeks today. But then it sent me on a wild chase of where are all my other blushes from them. Like I know I have them. I found them. I had put everything into a container and was moving things, but this one got lost in the mix and was shoved in there with the eyeshadow palettes. I was like, man, I really love this palette. I absolutely loved it. I still use it. I miss BH Cosmetics. I really do. So, maybe we should have a moment of silence for them. I don't think I'll ever get rid of those palettes of theirs that I had. So anyway, I'm gonna pick up that little brush into that deeper evergreen color and I'm gonna put that out here on the outer corner. I'm just gonna pick it up, tap it off, stipple the color on, and then bring it into the crease a bit. And then I think, where'd that? I'm gonna go in with that Tranquil color that I used and I'm gonna soften the edge a bit. And then I'm gonna pick up that same color bring it down under that lower lash. Pick up that prior brush and just soften the edge down here. And then I'm gonna pick up that Earth Mother color again, tap that off, and go over top to get a nice blend where I just put it on the outer corner. It's a little patchy. It's a little patchy out there. Let's see if that stays. I don't know if I probably just blended it away. But it was looking patchy, so I was like, well, I'll just put a little extra on. Bit of this color over top. And then, you know what? For shits and giggles, because we're here and I really want to see what this color looks like, I think I'll go ahead and take this Renewal color and pick it up on this, what is this? A Beauty Bay 210 brush. It's like a little pencil brush. So I'm gonna pick it up on the pencil brush. I think I'm gonna pick it up. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna work it through that bottom area, but I think I need to pick it up and get it wet. Tip my head down so I can open up that space under the lash. So I can get a bit more coverage. That is a pretty color. Ooh, you can see how blue it is. Like when I look up. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I'm gonna finish up with some liner, maybe some lashes. I haven't worn lashes in a while. So some liner, possibly some lashes, some lips, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the finished looks. I'll go ahead and close my eyes. And then I'll go ahead and shine my flashlight so you guys can see how shimmery and sparkly. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how sparkly they are. They're so pretty. I'll go ahead and zoom out and we can talk about it. These are yesterday's curls from Easter. So anyway, I actually like the curls. Like when I do them, I like to let them sit for a while. And I actually like the way they look when they've relaxed a bit. Does that make sense? So I actually like it better the next day sometimes even. But anyhow, it's looking a mess today because it was quite frizzy, so I had put a little bit of oil on it and I think it was too much. So they've really come out, but like the way that these look, like right here, I like that. But anyway, here is the finished looks from afar. I really like them. I like how everything turned out. I like all the shadows. Obviously there's a lot in this palette that you can do with, you know, the matte colors and just one shimmer. So it is versatile. So I thought I would play around with some liners to kind of bring out the different colors. So on this eye, I ended up doing the Kat Von D, or the KVD, it's not Kat Von D anymore, the KVD Beauty liner in Mad Max Brown. And then I went in with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in, just kidding, wrong one, in Dimensional Dark Brown. And I just went in and tight lined and then did my lower waterline just to make it nice and dark to play off of that outer corner color and just kind of give it a dark, sultry look. But I really feel like that the brown played with that gold really nice. When I'm looking at it, I can't really see too much of the pink in there to be like, oh, there's pink on my eye. But when you're up close, you can actually notice the difference there. So with this eye, obviously I played with a lot of shimmer, but I thought I'd play around with some colored liners. I was testing some colors out on my hand, as you can see over here. And they are the Magic Wand liners from P. Louise. I have a bunch of them. I don't know why they did all the packaging the same, and I don't even think they put the colors on the packaging. They didn't, like on the actual thing, so I don't even know what they're like, what the color is. I threw away the boxes, but I went through each one to see if one of them would look good in that lower waterline, and actually decided no, they wouldn't. So I ended up picking up this Moira Supernova Multi-Chrome Gel Liner in Rhea, and it actually, let's see, that's what it looks like. So I was like, well, that'll play. So it's got a shift there between green and blue, but coming out more green. I thought it'd play nicely with the green shimmer on the upper lid. So I put that in here. Looking straight ahead, I don't see it so much, but when I pull down, hopefully then you could see it in there. Up close, you can kind of see it in the lower water line. I feel like once I put this on though, that I probably should have done a brighter solid eyeliner, if that makes sense, because after I had done it, I was like, you know what, it's just too much shimmer going on. Not that, you know, shimmer is a bad thing, but I feel like it didn't really bring out this one or this one. I feel like a solid, but I also had gone in and tight lined, and a lot of the time when I do that, I don't let it dry all the way, and then when I get blinking my eyes, whatever's up here transfers down here. So I feel like some of that black went over top of this color, and that's why it looks so dark now. Because when I initially put it on, I could see it, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I can't really see it. So I feel like if I'd have taken like a lighter green or gold, I thought about doing blue, but then I was like, I don't want to do too much blue down here and take away from up here. But anyway, there's a lot of options you could do to play around with it. So I used the KVD tattoo liner in Trooper Black for the wing liner up top, and then I tight lined with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in whatever black. And then for the lips, what did I do? I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude. That's what I used to line my lips. And then I just recently dug this out. This is a MAC Glaze Lipstick in Ring My Bell. So it's like a frosted nude color, and I just thought it looked really nice over top of the Iconic Nude. Again, to kind of play in and tie in the shimmery with a little bit of frost, but without overdoing it. I don't think it overdid it. And then for the lashes, I went ahead and put on these Tarte lashes called Goddess, because how fitting is that? Yep, I like them. These are actually one of my favorite lashes. So back to the palette. It doesn't look at first glance like it'd be as versatile as it is, but honestly it really is. Like, as I got in looking at it and playing around with it, you could do lighter colors. This color is obviously really light on my skin tone, so you can't see it as much as you probably would on darker skin tones, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I can see it a little bit here. It'd probably be good on the inner corner just to add a little flush of color, but that was the only thing there. And maybe changing up the brush that you use. So playing around with different brushes with different shadows is also very helpful. Especially if a shadow isn't applying the way you want it to at first, try to switch out the brush and see if there's a different brush that works better. So I ended up using, you know, the smaller, denser brush, and it actually, the color out here, that tranquil color, actually went on a lot nicer. So there's that. I think there's a lot of shimmers to play with in here, and I think that's where the versatility comes in, because you could pick up any of these mattes and then play off of the shimmers, or you pick up a couple of the mattes and then just use one shimmer, because a couple of them shift, like this one up here. You know, I put it across the whole eye and you get that shift of color, so I didn't have to do too many colors. I really like it. I like how everything applied. Like I said, that one color looked kind of patchy, but when I was blending around there, it's probably my fault. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't now. It actually looks good. So it was probably just me, user error. But also too, like I've said in the past, don't drop things. When I've said in the past, you know, you can look at a palette, and sometimes if you look at it in a quad type form, you can kind of get an idea. If you kind of look at this and you're lost and you're like, well, I don't even know what I would do with it. Obviously, you'd have to like these types of colors to enjoy the palette. If you don't like these types of colors, this palette is just not going to do anything for you. You're not ever going to pick it up. You're going to look at it and be like, I don't like those colors. I really don't want to use it. Then I would say go ahead and pass on it. But if this is your type of color story and these are colors you gravitate towards, which I gravitate towards like greens, neutrals. So you have some of the neutrals over here, but then you also have greens, and then they have a mix of blues and then some darker. This color right here, Taffiti. Let's see what that looks like. Because that is one I wanted to use and I didn't. That looks really dark. It really is. It is like a very dark, like deep evergreen with like a deep, like a, almost like a deep blue underneath, but like a green, you know what I mean? And then it's got like pink and gold shimmers in it, but I wonder, probably look really pretty using that and then put one of these other colors over top. I wonder what that gold would look like. So there it is, putting other colors over top of it. So I mean, you can get creative with it. So the one right here is that gold color that's on the center of my lid, and then this color is the Lush color. It's like a pale green. Believe it or not, that was the pale green in the middle of the palette. That when you look ahead, it looks really light, but it is. It's a pale green, but it's got a shift between a pink, and that's how it came out, putting it on top of that darker color. So anyway, I think if you spend this kind of money on a palette, you should be able to play with it, do different things, have fun with it. But all in all, I think it's a fun palette. Again, I gravitate towards these kind of colors, so that's why it's easier for me to play with. But again, if you don't, then don't spend your money on it. If you have this palette and you love it, let me know in the comments below. If you have this palette and you're like, meh, let me know that too. I like to have discussions with you guys. Yeah, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and go because I don't want to waste any more of your time. Hope all of you are happy, healthy, and just enjoying life the best you can right now. Things are getting a little crazy out there. I don't know. So that's why I spend a lot of time in here when I can, or at least playing with makeup, looking at makeup. I don't know. I just kind of lose myself in it, and that's just my like calm area sometimes for just me. So anyway, again, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and doing well, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whenever you're watching this.